Hey guys, welcome to another episode. Once again, I'm your host, Jason, and along with me is my co-host, Rich, and this is Code 0.5. Now, the last time that we talked, the last few times that we've talked, there's a guy that we've talked about. I think he, what's he go by? Tweak. That's what you've been calling him.
Called him Tweak.
So we talked about a time where you saw him running around with like a wagon or something.
No, he had a big old, like almost like a 12 by 12 Bluetooth speaker.
No, I'm talking about when you got him in the pepper bottle.
Oh, no. Yeah, that was he had a dolly.
Yeah, he had a dolly with
Little
it.
mini dolly, yeah.
And y'all followed him into the building, couldn't get him out, and then you shot the pepper spray, still couldn't push him out. Then
themselves down.
Later on, you've got the thing with the over in the vacant lot in front of the
Yoga, yeah, Tweaker Yoga.
In front of the bank there, you had that going on. And then you get the guy that he's, been living the life of a hoodlum, been stealing, and he goes to court and you guys are there and he starts,
professing his want to be normal.
Yes, and his
swiper,
his followings of the cartoon Dora the Explorer and how he's learned so much from that character of
no
swiper, no swiping. But after that, it seemed like a week later, I go and see you, and something changed. Like everything his life of living of the swiper, no swipey, something changed.
Yep.
And what was funny about that is that I come to your PD and I see all this crap that's in there.
Bunch of crap.
So we had
either.
There was like an old scale or something in there.
Yeah, and massive grain scale like they used to have in the freaking, like the old country store, like to have it Cracker Barrel to weigh your candy out or whatever. Yeah, one of those. And what else was in there? A tricycle, some kind of like I think it's like a 1950s tricycle.
Oh yeah, and we looked that up, and that thing was like, what was it like? It was going for like $500-$600 in some places.
Yeah, depending on condition.
So, how did you come across all this stuff? The reason I'm going with this is so funny because this guy is, professing to everyone that he's not stealing anymore. He's the no swipey, and then y'all come upon this like enormous amounts of stuff, and then you find later that I guess some of the stuff he had sold.
Yeah, he'd sold a bunch of it. So I had got some info over the weekend, and I was like, man, because it's coming from another questionable person. So I was like, I'm going to check this out. And it actually started to, like, we recovered the grain scale and the tricycle just off the first little part of information that we got.
And that grain scale was damn heavy.
Dude, it was cast iron.
I don't know how the hell he picked it up and moved it.
I don't know. Tweaker strength, I guess. Tweaker strength. That's all I can say. But yeah, man, he had that. We located that, and you should see me trying to load that thing up in the back of my Tahoe. Like, I got no room back there. Thing's hanging out. We got like a little a single bungee cord is all I could find, and it's like all hanging out the back end. And Renix had to follow me with his freaking flashers on. I was like, man, we get people for what is it? The not strapping or not strapping, secure load, and I'm over here trying to haul this thing back to the freaking PD. What
gets me is that you said Renix. Did Renix actually help you? Because I can't see him doing any lifting.
Yeah, well, he was there for moral support for the most part. Yeah, he did help me load it up because, man, I'd have freaking blown an O-ring if I'd have tried to do that myself. I don't know how he did it.
So some dude called you or something and said Tweak showed up and tried to give him this stuff, or
no? So the first place we went, there was supposed to be like this Dairy Queen sign that was like in Tweak's carport, but he collects everything like you've seen, the little springs or the little crap he finds in the road. So his big thing is collecting barrels, 55-gallon barrels from the water department because he lives like right over there by it. So he'll get them whenever they're done, and he rolls them over to his house, and he's building like this wall out of these barrels. And so he started with the first, that first layer he's got. Well, I couldn't see from the road. I couldn't see the sign where it's supposed to be. So there's a guy that they kind of get along, but they kind of don't. So I'm like, man, maybe I'll catch him on the day he don't get along with him, you know,
Yeah.
and he'll tell me something. And ended up, he said he had seen it over there and was telling me where it was at. And he goes, yeah, man, and he had some Coke machines too. And I was like, what? A Coke, like a full size Coke machine, or like those little cooler things you reach in? He's like, no, the machines. I was like, bro. Anyway, man, I got to looking around, and that guy had told us that Tweak had sold them to a dispensary. And he said he didn't know if it was in, I guess, Seminole or Shawnee.
Yeah.
And so me and Renix go back and we looked up dispensaries, which was the wrong thing to do because we spent like probably, I don't know, an hour and a half, dude, just cold calling dispensaries trying to figure out, you know, it's, and we're going off the word of another questionable person. So we don't even know. So we're sitting here like, oh man, we're looking like idiots. Of course, you're getting cold called from somebody saying they're the police, and we got mixed, how'd you say, mixed reception depending on who we called. Some people, you know, didn't really question or anything. But anyway, come to find out, Renix, I'll credit him on the list that he was going through. He actually located where they were at. And so we get over there, and he had sold these people 3 full-size Coke machines, and for like $500. And
All 3 of them?
All 3 of them for $500. And I'm like, that should have been your first clue that it was probably hot.
A couple of them were older, like
super old,
really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would love to have something like that in a shop, or you know, like a boys' room or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
man cave.
Through the course of doing all that, I figured the guy that actually owned them gave me a bunch of information. So if it's like a Model 60, then it'll hold 60 bottles. If it's a Model 80, it'll hold 80 bottles. Oh. So anyway, those were Model 60s. So I'll hold somewhere between 60 and 64 bottles. But man, we ended up finding them, and the lady, we took a statement from her on it, and she had took his driver's license and everything, made a copy of it. And
of Tweaks?
Yeah. He's got ID card. He's ID only.
Oh, so he gave his ID to these people, and they probably knew something was up.
I'm telling you, man. Initially, I guess he went over there asking for, he wanted a G, and they were like, nah. And so he was like, okay, 500. And they're like, a piece? He's like, no, for all. Like, what about that tells you that they're going to be legit?
Yeah, and you know they'll never see the money again.
No, I put in the paperwork. I'm trying to get them restitution on all that stuff. But yeah, so we found where they were at. We contacted Public Works, and we got them all loaded up, and we were bringing them back to the PD. So now I'm like, dude, you know, guess he was going to jail tonight. Poor Tweak, you know. I was like, well, here we go.
Okay, what about, I remember that day, the Dairy Queen sign, because I remember looking in the calls for that day, and I saw that somebody had called in saying that the sign was stolen. Did you got it back?
The Dairy Queen sign? No.
Oh, so it wasn't there?
No, it wasn't there. But we had to kind of figure out, you know, well, you know how it all works. We can't just roll up, you know, even though we think we've got pretty good information. But we ended up going over there after we confirmed that he had sold the pop machines. We went ahead and went over there, and we did the whole Miranda thing. And at that point, man, he was dancing around. Well, hell, he was like chewing the side of his face off anyway when we showed up.
I heard somebody tell me, you know how those tweakers are. They try to eat those air biscuits.
Yeah, he was definitely, man, he was getting down. They must have been Popeye's biscuits or something, because he was coughing and hacking. It's probably had the Rona. But no, so I knocked on the door, and he's got a wife. His wife answered, and I was like, yeah, we need to talk with Tweak. And she's like, well, he's here. I don't know where he's at. I'm like, the house ain't that big, lady. He's got to be pretty close by. And so she hollers for him, and he's within hollering range. And we're standing on the front porch. So I guess he came from the back door all the way through, opened the front door, and this guy's wearing a Conoco or a Texaco, I think, fireman's hat, old school, with the strap under his chin, a fluorescent vest, and some fluorescent coveralls. And he opened the door, and he saw it was us, said nope, and slammed it.
He knew it was up.
Yeah, he knew something was up. So anyway, we had to go. I guess he was like back behind the house. We ended up having to go around the house. But as we're going, like, this music's freaking super loud back there. And Tweak had his barrels set up. and he had this speaker thing that he got from some rent-a-center of buddies, and he's throwing a rave back there. He's dancing, getting it, getting it.
So when y'all showed up, that's what he was doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that and munching on air biscuits.
So she probably knew he was tore up on something.
Oh, yeah. He's that freaking dude, man.
So when you went in the house and finally talked to him, what did he have to say?
So we had to do the Miranda part of it. And as soon as we did the Miranda thing, he's like, I don't know if I want a lawyer or not. I think I want a lawyer. And I mean, as soon as they say I want a lawyer, it's like, okay,
yeah,
we know where this is going. I was like, man, we know where it's at. Well, no, I didn't sell it. And I'm like, dude, she took a copy of your ID. And he's like, yeah, then I want a lawyer. Well, all right. Well, need you to turn around and place your hands behind your back.
See, what I don't get is whenever those people say they wanted a picture of his ID, he should have just been like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, no.
Because he's screwed. He knows that if anyone files a report of these missing, and this is where it comes to, these people have my ID and everything.
Yeah, she knew exactly who it was. I guess she'd memorized his name, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when we were calling, she goes, that son of a... Yeah.
Swiper.
She was pissed.
He told me no swipey.
Yeah.
Did you say that to him? Did you go, hey, dude, what happened to swiper, no swipey?
I should have. He was something else, though, because he was on that good, because he was dancing around and fidgeting everywhere. And
you're going to be like, dude, the judge ain't going to like this.
No.
You already told him no more swipey.
Yeah. And then we get him hooked up, and Renix is going to take him into the jail. And then this dude wants to start cutting deals. He's like, look, I'm supposed to go somewhere in like 20 minutes. And I got to get $10 worth of cigarettes, and it's like $20 worth of pop. And the guy's going to give me some, some stuff. And I was like, so we're talking $30 worth of stuff here? Yeah, guaranteed. I was like, it's got to be more than that, my dude. And we're not, no.
So he's going to get some stuff like from, when he went to the Family Dollar and got banned, and he don't do crack. He does methamphetamine.
Yeah. He wanted to set up a controlled buy right there that instant. He could take us right to it.
Oh.
It's very funny how cooperative they get when they're sitting in the back of a car. But yeah, he was pissed.
Did you ask him why he was wearing the orange and the fluorescent stuff?
I've learned not to ask him anything.
Did he have like strobe lights on or anything?
Man, what did he?
Disco ball.
It's the speaker. That's what it was, because it was kind of dark back there, and the speaker had those LED lights around it.
Was it the 12-inch one?
No, this was a bigger one. This is those DJ setups from freaking. Should have Renix check it, see if it was 29. He said he got it from buddies, but we were too, focused on what he was carrying. He had a big old machete on him that day.
He had a machete.
Yeah. He's got a billy club that he like sticks in his belt, and he walks around like it's a samurai sword.
Well, you know why he carries that. So if he gets caught stealing some shit from somebody, he can, and they go to beat him up, he's got something to protect himself. That guy's crazy. And then it took us probably 30 minutes, man, to get all the crap out of his pockets. Because these coveralls, you know how many freaking pockets are in coveralls. It's like, God. But yeah, Tweak ended up taking a ride.
We'll have more coming up on Code 0.5.
If you're looking for a political podcast that goes beyond the headlines, check out the Beltway Briefing. I'm Howard Schweitzer, CEO of Cozen O'Connor Public Strategies. Every week on the Beltway Briefing, our team of former Republican and Democratic presidential appointees, Capitol Hill veterans, and political advocates shares behind-the-scenes perspective that cuts through the noise. If you want the inside scoop, subscribe now to the Beltway Briefing here or wherever you get your podcasts.
And it's crazy. You catch all that stuff on him, and I'm fixing to look.
I think he's out now.
Oh, I just passed it.
I don't know how.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at to see if he's still in jail or not.
He would have been in. He'd be in Seminole County.
Oh, he would be?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how to look that stuff up. If they've got a way to.
They do.
So Swiper, he's back to swipey, huh?
He's kind of laying low. He's trying to, I think. I don't think he wants any more.
You haven't gone by the house?
No, it's actually Renix's weekend, but I'm sure he's been by there.
Oh, well, the other thing I had to ask involves still Tweak, but did y'all ever get the whole trade deal worked out with the dog and everything?
Oh, no. No, negative.
Did you find out what the dog did in order to want to be?
No, there's always so many questions, but the guy is he's everywhere, man. He's all over the place anytime you're there, so you can't get him to focus on one subject. And he at one point he did discuss the road thing, and I was like, man, you're supposed to have that shit cleaned up a week ago. And he's like, well, I don't have no acetone right now. I'm like, yeah, could you use it to cook that shit?
I was going to say, did he make him actually clean it off, or did he just have to cover it up with something?
Oh, he wanted to borrow a power washer from me. He's like, you got a power washer I can borrow? I was like, yeah, I got one in the back of my car. Hang on, let me get it out. I'm like, no, I don't have a freaking power washer.
That way, after you wash the road, then I'm having to go to the pawn shop and get it back.
Exactly. Yeah, like I'm going to leave anything here with you for any length of time. This freaking dude.
Well, I know I started this one out without, talking about anything beforehand of what we may be talking about, but that was stuck on my mind was Tweak and his swiper stuff, and he's already back at it again.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those constant deals with him. It's going to, I don't know. We're just going to go round and round. So there'll be plenty of new. We can start the Tweakly update.
The Tweakly update.
Yeah, doing a Tweakly update on him. I'll just start keeping notes, and we can update everybody on what he's doing.
Well, I'm sure he's going to provide for lots of content to keep everything going.
Oh yeah. It's not a matter of when, because it's that guy's something else.
So anything up with Renix this week?
Renix. There's so many things up with Renix. I don't know what to do with him. I know what you would do with him. You'd throw him off a bridge.
Yeah, he wouldn't be working with me right now.
Poor Renix. No. Nothing I can think of right off.
So one of the things that we're going to be working on, we hadn't told a whole lot of people. I thought we were going to start this episode out where we'd be putting them on YouTube, but I've got some technical difficulties, and actually it was just ticking me off. But we've also been working with the guy that's going to make us an intro with like what was that? The TV show that he referenced?
Like Adam 12 or The Untouchables or something.
Yeah, it was like some kind of music like that, and then he's going to have whatever sound that he can come up with and sings and everything else. And, we were getting that ready to put this at the beginning of the episode, be something more of, like catchy for everybody to hear. And we couldn't think of anything. So, we were sitting there and we're like, man, what else can we say? Because we were having to send this guy. Well, he was wanting like radio chatter and stuff.
Yeah, he was wanting like we were talking back and forth on the radio.
Yeah.
Or dispatch was talking to us and stuff.
So we were sitting there trying to come up with stuff, and we're just chit-chatting over the radio that we had sitting in there. And we were like, man, what can we do? What else can we say?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So I turned around. We had done a couple, and
yeah.
I turned around and I looked out the window. And, we asked and the Lord delivered. Oh, did he deliver? This old boy came pulling up to the PD to talk to an officer on his lawnmower. And he seemed to be, he wasn't just totally shit-faced or anything, but he was feeling pretty good.
The best thing about that was the guy was talking to me that's doing our intro, and I was like, look, dude, you're not going to believe this, but, we've been wondering about stuff to say on the podcast, and all of a sudden this guy comes driving through town on his riding mower with it was a Chihuahua, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With his Chihuahua in his front lap, and And he come into the PD and talked to us, and like the way he was talking,
They came in and talked to him.
Oh, excuse me.
They
and
him and Buddy.
the way they were talking though, like right before he came in, you go, just get ready for this.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you talking about? And it's like, this dude is loud. And he was when he come in, but then the way he was talking, I was like, okay, is he on something? Has he been drinking or
Always like that.
is he like God, what is it? Otis?
Yeah.
From
I think he would be our Otis. Yeah. Very loud Otis.
what was it, the Andy Griffith Show?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just him and the dog though. It's not like he's trying to stay drunk to stay away from the wife. I mean, he's just that way.
If only you had a jail cell in there where he could just walk in and put himself in at night.
Oh man, I'd make Phoenix sit on him. I can't do very much of that for very long. That he's something, man. He came in one day and he goes, of course, Chihuahua in hand. He pulls up on the lawnmower, and have you noticed there's a lot more people riding lawnmowers?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because it's summer, but they're like riding and going places.
Well, that was going to be the next thing I was going to ask you. It's like, what is it with every time, especially when I go down there, it's like I always see people driving down the road on their lawnmower.
Yeah. I think they found a way to it's like the cheat code. You know what I mean? They don't have to have driver's license. They don't have to have insurance. Because they know. They know Renix will get them. If they're on a lawnmower, at least they think they got an excuse. But he freaking, man, he comes pulling up and he goes, oh, me and Buddy's running from the law. We've been running from the law for years. We're fugitives. I was like, wait, you and who? And he's like, Buddy. And at that time, I didn't know that he was talking about the dog. I'm like, you? And he's like, me and my partner. And I was like, okay, who's the other guy? And then he holds the Chihuahua up and shakes it at me. And he's like, Buddy here. He got a ticket back in 1970 and we thought we paid it. And I was like, bro.
I was fixing to say that dog looked like he is old as shit.
Oh, that poor dog. That dog's seen some shit now. That guy.
He probably just wants to stay at home and live his years out. And the damn guy's driving him around on the lawnmower.
Dude, oh my God, I don't know how many calls I've gotten on that guy. But he's shaking the dog at me and he's like, we didn't pay our ticket. He's like, we got a warrant. I'm like, you got a warrant? He might not, but I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna do that. And anyway, so I check him and I tell him, I'm like, nah, man, you're clear. Whatever it was, you took care of, I guess, or it went through. And he goes, and this is off the top of his head, I guess. He just decided one day he had a warrant. It just remembered it and wanted to come and turn himself in. Well, they turned themselves in. But that poor dog, he's always on the lawnmower with that dog.
Now, wait a minute. Was Tweak's dog a Chihuahua too?
Chiweenie.
Oh, a Chiweenie?
Oh, I need to get those two together.
I was going to say, you've got one of the Chihuahuas in town's a fugitive from justice, and then the Chiweenie's trying to move in with you.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Oh, Renix was talking about wanting a canine. I'm pretty sure it could,
there you go.
It could probably sniff that stuff out, huh?
Probably.
Yeah.
Them things will bite.
We'll get him on there, get him running around with the Chiweenie.
All the places I've been to, I had a rookie with me one time. We go up to a house because somebody had led us in a pursuit the night before, and they were able to identify him because, you see him enough, Yep. And I went to the area where I know this guy hangs out. And we get over there, and this guy's got 2, maybe 3 pit bulls in his front yard. And they're barking, and you know how the hair just behind their neck or on their neck will stand up whenever they're pissed,
Yeah.
Well, I'm standing at the fence, and this dog's barking. His hair's up, and I climb over the fence.
Ooh, why?
Yeah, because I wanted to go find that guy.
Jeez.
I climb over the fence and walk up to the house, knock on the door, and I'm checking every now and then looking for the dog. I'll hold my hand out, let him to smell me or whatever. And I go up to the house, I'm checking, nobody's answering. I'm looking through the window. There's a car there. Somebody's there.
Yeah, there's somebody in there.
And the guy that lives there, I've dealt with him before, maybe once or twice. And I know he's got to be there because he's only got the one car. So I go and I check the whole house. Nobody's there from the outside. I didn't get to go in. These dogs are barking at me the whole time. Hair standing up. They keep getting closer. I walk back out to the road, get to the gate, and I hop over. A rookie that was with me, who actually went missing right before that.
The rookie did?
Oh, yeah. She looks at me and she's all, why did you go in there? Well, I needed to know if so-and-so was there. She's like, well, you must be like the dog whisperer or something because I don't know why them things didn't attack you. And I was like, I don't know. I just went in there and did what I needed to. Right before that, we checked the house next door because there was a big field and these people had called in and said someone was going through their field. I go through the field and I'm walking around looking through the sky. It's not really a field, it's a wooded area. And I'm looking and I can't find where he's at. Anyway, I go next door. We're walking through that wooded area. And I'm looking, and I'm also responsible for this rookie that's with me. I'm looking around. I can't find this guy. I don't see him. Then the next thing I know, my rookie's gone.
Oh.
I'm like, holy crap, where did this rookie go? So I stop what I'm doing and start looking for rookie.
Yeah.
Looking around. So I just go all the way back. I'd probably walked, it was farther than a quarter of a mile. I walked back in there, come back out. And while I'm walking out, I see there's another truck there. Well, another one of my partners had showed up. Okay, so Rookie was standing next to mine when I walk up the hill. I go over to my partner and I was like, hey, has she been standing there the whole time? He goes, ever since I pulled up, she's just been standing there. I go over and talk to her. What it was she got to walking in there and got tired. So she just turned around and went back.
Wow.
Yeah, left me
Forget
there.
you.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad I didn't get jumped and got the hell beat out of me or something.
Dude.
But so we checked that house that was with the woods first. Then we went next door with the big ass dogs were at, and didn't really have any issue. Maybe 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I went to a house. There's another big dog there, and there's a damn Chihuahua there.
Nice.
I go up, bigger dog's barking at me, so's a Chihuahua. He smells and all that, and he's somewhat cool. I start to walk towards the house. That damn Chihuahua comes up and bites me on the back of my ankle, and then starts shaking the hell out of my pants and stuff.
Ooh, Chihuahua.
I can't stand those dogs.
Dude, I was talking to somebody about a theft of utilities deal, and I'm minding my business, just talking to them. And the next thing I know, right at the back of my knee, I feel that little bastard chomp down. And it's somebody's dog. You don't want but you're trying to shake it off, but you're, you want
to pick it up and punt the damn thing across the road.
Freaking Chihuahua.
Maybe that's why Tweak was trying to give you that Chiweenie.
That's possible.
Because he's probably biting him.
Yeah.
But Tweak deserves that crap.
Yeah, he does. He's very.
Yeah, he should probably get bit every day. Maybe that thing can follow him around and, when he does something stupid, bite him.
Yeah. No, that freaking, when you were talking about your rookie walking off on you, that reminded me, so Renix and T were running around and they had somebody took off on the woods on them. And so those two are like together and it's dark. So T jumps the fence and he's, doing his thing, looking for this guy, trying to find a trail and stuff. And he only starts to hear his footsteps. So he said he turned around and he looked back. But Renix is still on the other side of the fence. And he's like, are you coming? And he's like, is he there? And he's like, well, no, but we need to keep going this way. And he's like, oh, okay. And it you could tell it was breaking his heart to have to try to get over this fence. And freaking Renix, dude, he's always talking about I'm so athletic type shit, But he would not. I don't think he made it over the fence. And of course he was double flashlighting it. He was there at the fence, both arms out, 2 flashlights.
Why?
But that's what he was backing him up. That's what he was doing. I don't know. Freaking Renix.
And he looks athletic.
Oh, dude, he's a stud.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he should be like a wide receiver or, out running track or something.
Oh, for real. He's definitely a stud.
After every 50 meters or whatever, he'd have to stop and get his little vape thing and blow it out like it's exhaust or something.
Yeah. Yeah. He's I don't know, man. Freaking Renix.
Okay, guys, we're going to close this one out. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to check us out at code05.co. Also, if you want to be a Patreon supporter, you can get to our Patreon to that page. Man, we've got so many things. Leave us a review too on Apple or Spotify. And I can't remember if any of the other podcast players have that kind of stuff, but
if they do, leave us a review.
Yeah. And we love reading those. I think what we're going to start doing eventually, if we get enough of them, we're going to start reading our 5 or, let's just do our 5-star reviews.
Only the 5 stars?
Well, if we get some pretty good ones that are like, you guys are freaking morons or something like that, we can we could read those off too. But, if you guys leave us a review, we'd appreciate it. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. Y'all take care.